camp and there was no war.
What is your special message?
Through peace and love and music, you know, and liberty.
What's going on, world? It's Kamar Zachary, creative director of Oema Takorr Fashion, and this is my creative space. Right here, I'm going to talk about the kiss and crossbones. I like to call it the kiss of death. Nothing major, no deep story behind it. Really, starting out, our first major design was just the single shirt with the huge lip. I know y'all saw that. We had a lot of celebrities, do videos, performances with that shirt. That was a favorite. And the inspiration behind that, honestly, was that people told me guys wouldn't wear a shirt with lips on it. So I said, okay, give me 90 days, and y'all not only will be wearing those shirts, y'all gonna be paying $95 for that shirt. And needless to say, some good friends of mine by the name of Lee and Quasi, owners of Motor 404 Boutique, they gave me a chance, and they showed the world that shirt could be sold for $95, and all men, regardless of the background they were from, were walking around Atlanta, Chicago, New York, Miami, LA with lips on their chest. So I like to feel like, I had something to do with that, even though everybody's doing it now. Y'all looking at this right here, I know everybody's wondering, you got a hand and you got a heart. What's the whole concept behind that? I call it love within. I mean, it's self-explanatory, nothing deep. A lot of times people look for love and, confirmation from a lot of external sources. And truthfully, it all starts within. So that's my belief. And then you got the skulls. I call this a beautiful. Like, seriously, I think this is a beautiful. Skulls have a very, very negative connotation, especially these days with people, all the hype about, devil worshiping and the Illuminati stuff. I don't get into all that stuff, so I wanted to be able to put a positive spin on that whole concept, which is why I added, a purple rose, and I wanted to add a dove, which normally, depending on where you come from, doves are usually white, but I kind of wanted to make this one purple with little shades of pink just to be different. Now this right here, I love this shirt actually, which is why I'm wearing it now. But the concept, the name of this one, I name all my designs just like artists, name their art. And this is Rome. I call this Rome because, I actually had a chance to spend some time, do a lot of traveling, and I did spend some time in Rome. Now, I'm not talking about myself. This didn't happen to me, but I envisioned a single man, a bachelor jet setter that's charming, and he's spending the night. He just so happens to be in Rome, and he meets a young lady, out and about, and they decide to get to know each other a little further. And so these hands right here kind of represent her, wrapping her arms around his body with the rosary beads in her hands. Roman Catholic. You see the connection. That's why I chose to name it Rome. Not saying anything about Catholics or any other members of any religious group are promiscuous. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that that's the idea. That's what I got it from. You know, if I didn't have the rosary, then me calling it wrong probably wouldn't make a connection to it. So I try to make it. I try not to go too deep. You know, I like to keep things pretty fun and simple. You know, some people take fashion real serious. For me, it's just how I express certain thoughts. You see, you got the kissing crossbones. This was my first shirt. This that shirt I was telling you about that we were doing over at Motor 404 Boutique. We were doing these. We had guys like Young Jock, Jeremiah, Bobby Valentino. We had a lot of guys. Baby from Cash Money. Could you imagine that? Think about it. Listen to what I'm saying now. Baby from Cash Money was wearing one of these shirts with a lip on his chest. Yeah, if he can do it, any of y'all can do it. I don't do what's popular. You know, I'm not calling any names, but a lot of brands, they cater to the masses. I mean, and that's a smart business practice. You know, I don't take anything from that. You know, if there's a new song that's out, or if whatever's the it thing at that moment, people generally create something. So that's why you have a lot of brands doing the same thing. You have a lot of people that consider themselves individuals and fashionistas. They're wearing the same types of product because that's what's being produced. Whereas I come in and I'm totally going against the grain. I'm the guy that's designing stuff that people don't really understand the first time they see it, maybe. And you know that may not be the best business practice, but that's just, I'm a risk taker and I like proving the masses wrong. You know, I'm not the bandwagon type, so it was always hard for me to find things that I liked or that I respected, and, you know, fashion wise, that I really wanted to support. So I pride myself on creating things for individuals like me that want to separate ourselves from everybody else. Alright, now I'm going to let y'all take a look at some of the hoodies, because everybody, when we first started, we were just doing t-shirts, and so everybody was always coming up wondering, you know, when are y'all going to do something different? You know, the weather's getting a little cooler, we can't just wear t-shirts, what are you going to do? So it only made sense to go ahead and offer a hoodie, but just not any typical hoodie. You know, I believe in pushing the envelope. So I try to do things a little different than what some of the other brands are doing. I try to challenge people and seeing, you know, what type of threshold they have, you know, for taking risks. With this hoodie right here, as you can see, it looks a little odd, and I do understand it. I'm gonna show you what we're working with right here. All right, you got the kiss and the crossbone right here on the face. You take this and you zip this down, and it opens up, you know, for you to see. Now this isn't useful. Of course, you can't see through it. You know, it's just for looks. It's for show, fashion. Just like some people wear reading glasses that don't really need them. You know, it's a fashion statement. So that's what this is right here. Like I said, you know, it's not, you don't use it. You just kind of zip this part, and if you want to zip it all the way down, it's cool. We did one of these in camouflage, and we only made 3 of them. One of them ended up in a video with Bert Simmons, Votto, and Jay Mills. Votto had it on. I think he's like one of Joel Santana's artists, and they shot the video right here in Atlanta. And the word got out that, you know, that I was doing some real cool stuff. So, you know, they came over and they took a look at, you know, what I had, and, you know, it was hands down. They loved the hoodie, and they ended up using it for the video. Got a lot of exposure. This right here is a cardigan. Now, most cardigans that we see, you know, they're either button down, or I've even seen some cardigans that zip up. This one is a little more geared towards streetwear. You know, this right here is connected at the bottom. There are no buttons, no zippers. It never separates. It's connected at the bottom. You can flip the collar up. You know. So this right here is very different from the ordinary cardigan, and you still got the lip right here on the sleeve. Real cool, real sophisticated. You know, just for, you know, if you out and about, you know, you going to some social mixes. You know, a lot of people just, you know, you don't want to be dressed up all the time, so it's cool to kind of like keep it real simple, but still look fly at the same time. You can't deny this. Huge lips, but me pushing the envelope was the color. The color that I chose, it looks pink, but it's really not. It's like a fuchsia purple. Just so happened to hold on to this one very tight because I need it for sampling purposes. You know, the stores, big retailers, they want to see, you know, the samples. They want to feel the fabric. This is like a cotton spandex blend. So it's real comfortable. It's light, so you could actually wear it in the summertime and not burn up. So it's real cool. Same concept. Same concept, except, you know, we threw some Swarovski crystals on the lips just to kind of like jazz it up. You know, it's for that individual that kind of wants to be cool. You know, they want to separate themselves from everybody else, which is why we only did 10 of these. But this one has a zipper, so you can zip this up. You know, it's real cool. It's a nice color. Same fabric. It's real light spandex cotton blend. Very comfortable. You can throw this on in the summertime. Still look fly. Still be comfortable. So I have a lot of younger designers that come to me and they want me to show them how to use like some of the programs like Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop. And I mean, they all think I'm joking when I tell them that I don't even use those programs myself. I probably shouldn't even be telling y'all this. I should probably let y'all continue to think I'm some kind of like genius, but I'm really not. I use, for anybody out there in the design world that understands what Photoshop is and what Adobe Illustrator is, then y'all should know what I mean by when I say I use a program called Paint. It's like basically saying, how can I put this? It's like basically saying that, you know, I'm in the business of remodeling homes, and the type of paint that I'm going to use to paint the house and the walls and all that other stuff, I'm going to use play paint from a kindergarten classroom. But I'm telling you, I'm a paint, you know, this $4 or $5 million mansion. That's equivalent to what that is. All right, I want to say thank you for spending some time with me today, coming out to my laboratory, checking out Oema Takorr and my inspirations and why I do what I do. I want to say thank you to Motor 404 Boutique for giving me my first chance to expose my talents to the world. Shout out to Kapashi Boutique, located in Buckhead also. Appreciate y'all. Ken Barber, want to thank you. Creative Space, thank you. OemaTakorr.com, experience the lifestyle. Now when people ask you, have you ever been wrong, you kind of smile to yourself and say, yeah. Technically you ain't lying because, by experiencing that lifestyle through Oema Takorr, it almost justifies